Welcome to EduRev.
Do you recall the activity 1 in the previous video we performed in the laboratory? What did we get when we burnt a magnesium ribbon in a flame? Remember, when we burnt a magnesium ribbon in a flame, we got a white powder of magnesium oxide. In the previous video, we studied about chemical reactions. Come, let us now learn how to write and balance a chemical equation. So, how do we represent the chemical reaction between magnesium and oxygen resulting in magnesium oxide? The easiest way to express any chemical reaction is to write in the form of a word equation. Come, let's write this equation in a word format. Magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide. So, what are reactants and products? Reactants are substances which go through a chemical reaction, and the end product that is formed at the end of a chemical reaction are called products. In the above example, magnesium and oxygen are reactants, and the new substance, that is magnesium oxide, that is formed is a product. Remember, reactants are written on your left hand side, that is LHS, and products are written on your right hand side, that is RHS. We use a plus sign in between if they are more than one reactants or products. An arrowhead is drawn towards the product side and is used to show the direction of the reaction. But don't you feel writing a chemical equation in word format is too long? Do we have a shorter and better way to represent a chemical equation? Yes, we can represent a chemical reaction by writing it in the form of a chemical equation using chemical formula. Let's try and write the below word equation in chemical equation format. Magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide. Do you recall the symbols for the above reactants and products? The symbols for magnesium is Mg, oxygen is O2, and magnesium oxide is MgO. So, can we write the above equation as Mg plus O2 gives MgO? The equation is balanced if the number of atoms of each element on both sides match. The number of atoms for magnesium on LHS and RHS is 1. However, if you notice, the number of atoms for oxygen on LHS is 2 and on RHS it is 1. Thus, it is an unbalanced equation. Such type of equation is called as a skeletal chemical equation, as the mass is not the same on either side. We will understand this more in detail as we move further. So, how do we balance a chemical equation? Do you recall the law of conservation of mass? As per definition, the mass is an isolated system, can neither be created nor be destroyed by chemical reactions or physical transformations, but can be transformed from one form to another. The total mass of the elements in the product side has to match up with the total mass of elements in the reactant side. In other words, the number of atoms before and after a chemical reaction remains the same. So, how do we balance the below equation? Mg plus O2 gives MgO. Let us see how to go about. To balance oxygen, we will have to give coefficient 2 on the RHS. But don't you think that will make magnesium 2 on the RHS? To balance this further, we will have to give a coefficient 2 to magnesium on the LHS. Your correct equation will now be 2Mg plus O2 gives 2MgO. Come, let us write the following word format equations into balanced chemical equations. Can you solve them using the method we just learnt? First, phosphorus burns with oxygen, giving phosphorus pentoxide. P4 plus 5O2 gives 2P2O5. Second, Sodium reacts with oxygen, giving sodium oxide. 4Na plus O2 gives 2Na2O. Third, carbon disulfide burns in air to give carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide. CS2 plus 3O2 gives CO2 plus 2SO2. Now you have come to the end of this video. Let's have a quick recap of what you have studied so far. Write a chemical reaction in word format. Understanding reactants and products. Symbols used while writing chemical equations. Writing equations using chemical formula. Recollecting law of conservation of mass. Balancing a simple chemical reaction. We will learn to balance some more complex chemical equations in our subsequent video. Now that you have understood how to write a chemical reaction, learn some important concepts and how to balance a simple chemical equation, you might want to verify your understanding of the concept and revise the chapter. You can attempt tests, see videos and read documents through our EduRev Infinity program. We have 800 plus videos, 2500 plus documents, 6000 plus questions across subjects waiting for you to practice and master the concept. With EduRev Infinity, you can access every primary subject of your class. Thanks for watching.